Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is me, Farid Safi, and today we're here with types of pronouns. In the last two lectures, we have already studied with types of pronouns. So today will be the last lecture of types of pronoun. So the type of pronoun we want to study here that is called interrogative pronoun. Let me explain you people that what is an interrogative pronoun. First of all, the word interrogative, Claire. Have you heard the word interrogate, Claire? Interrogate. The word interrogate means what? Interrogate means to ask. Interrogate means to ask, Claire. Like for example, let's say like we want to do interrogation, Claire. So the word interrogate means to ask. Ask what? Ask questions, Claire. When do we ask questions? We ask questions, we need information. When we need information from someone, then we ask questions, Claire. So we ask questions or we interrogate. Over here, the word interrogative pronouns. So interrogative pronouns are those pronouns, they are used to ask questions. When you want to ask questions from someone, we use which type of pronouns? Interrogative pronouns. For example, if I say, I don't know your name, and I want to ask, what is your name? So now, over here, what? The word what is called what? It's pronoun. What is called what? We call it pronoun. Which type of pronoun it is? It is called interrogative pronoun. Interrogative pronoun, why do we call it? Because it is used to ask question. Clear? So I have already mentioned here who, whom, which, what, whose. Clear? We call them what? We call them interrogative pronouns. Interrogative, you use it to interrogate. Clear? So we call it interrogative pronouns. Now, remember that after interrogative pronoun, as we have already studied, always whenever you want to use pronoun, Claire, whenever we want to use pronoun, we use what? Verb after it. After all pronouns, we use verb, not noun, because we cannot use noun. Pronoun is already used in place of what? In place of noun. So we do not use noun after what? After pronoun, Claire. So we always use what? Verb. Like for example, he is pronoun. He is a boy. We use what? Verb. What, Claire? What, for example, if I say, what is this? Again, it's what? What is this? I have used after what? Is. So remember, after pronouns, we use what? We use verb. If you use noun after this, then it does not remain now a pronoun. It will convert it into adjective. For example, let me give you more examples over here. If you use verb, Claire, after what? In all of them, in case if you use verb like what I have used here already, Claire, if you want to use verb after them, if I say plus verb, then it becomes what? It becomes interrogative pronouns. But in case if you want to use what another, that is called what we call them, like if I say what, after what I use what? Noun, N-O-U-N. So it becomes what? It becomes interrogative adjective. Then in that case, it's not pronoun, that is called what? Interrogative adjective. Now let me give you examples here. Suppose I want to write down, for example, what is your name? So now can you see after what I have used what is? Is called what? It's word. So this word is called now interrogative pronoun. But if I say, what day is today? What day is today? Now in this case, can you see after what I have used noun here? This is noun. After noun, I have used verb. So now in this case, what is what? It's not interrogative pronoun. This is called interrogative adjective because it modifies noun. Clear? What day? It interrogate about noun. What day is today? If I say what is, clear? What is your name? Now in this case, this is called what? We call it pronoun. Like here are examples for you all. Who is your father? If you want to say who is your father. Now, if you want to show who is your father, so now who after who I have used verb. Clear? Whom do you want to meet? Whom? What is whom now? Whom again, we have used verb after this. Which is the most expensive? Which is the most expensive? But in case, if I say, which car is expensive? If I want to say in front of it, let me write down another example. Which car is expensive? So now in this case, I have used after which noun. So which is now interrogative adjective, but this which is called what? We call it interrogative pronoun. For example, whose. We have written here, whose is that? Whose is that? Clear? We have whose is that. Or if I say, whose pen is that? Whose is that and whose pen is that? Clear? There is big difference. If I say, whose is that? Or whose pen is that? Now, can you see? After whose, what I have used here, pen. And pen is called what? It's noun. So whose is called interrogative adjective, while whose is that? It is called interrogative pronoun. The second one, if you look here, what did you do? What did you do? Clear? What did you do? This what is called what? We call it pronoun. We have used did, verb. But if you look here, what day? Or you want to say what? Clear? What day, for example, is today. Now what I have used here after what noun has been used, but after verb here, we use that of verb. So we call it pronouns. So remember, interrogative pronouns are those pronouns, clear, they are used to ask questions. Clear? We call interrogative pronouns at a time if we use a verb after them. But if a noun is used after them, then they do not remain pronouns, they will be adjectives. Clear? Now, let me tell you the difference between when do we use that of whom and. Let me remove them first. Then I want to explain one thing more here for you. When do we use who? We use who, clear, to ask about subject. If you want to ask about subject, clear, whenever you want to ask about subject, then we use what? We use who. Who is used for what? To ask about subject. But if I want to ask whom, when do I use whom? Let me write down whom here. Whom is used to what? It is used to ask about object. Whom is used to ask about object. Whenever you want to know about the object, then we use what? Whom. If you want to ask about subject, then we use what? Who. Let me give you examples here. For example, if I want to ask about what? About subject, clear? For example, if I want to say who can play cricket? Who can play cricket? Now you can tell me Ali can play cricket. Now look at here, what is Ali in this case? Ali is subject. What I found here, Ali, and in this case, clear, Ali is subject in this sentence. Who can play cricket? Because cricket has already been given to you people. Object is already been given. Clear? We want to find out subject. If you want to find out subject, then we ask question with what? With who. You will ask question with what? With who. But if you want to know about, clear, if you want to know about that of an object, so then we use what? We will use in that case, we will ask question with whom. For example, let me give an example. Whom does Ali talk with? Now look at here, whom does Ali talk with? Whom does Ali talk with? Now, can you see Ali is already been given. Subject is already given. Subject is already clear to us. Subject is known to us. Clear? So, for example, if I say Ali, Ali talks. Now, can you see? Ali talks. So, subject has already been given to us. Clear? Subject is already understood. What we want to know here? We want to know about an object. Ali talks to Ahmad. Ahmad is what now in this case? We found what? We found Ahmad. It's called an object. So whenever you want to know about subject, clear, then you will say, you will ask question with who. But if you want to know about an object, you will ask question with what? With whom. Is this clear? For example, to whom, Claire, if you look here, to whom is she talking? To whom is she talking? She is already been given to you. She is subject. Whom we want to find out here. Who is your father? Who is your father? We want to know about the subject. Ali is my father. We want to know about the subject. Is this clear to all of you? Everyone? All right. Students, is this clear? Online students? Hello? Can you all hear me? Online students, can you hear me? Hello? I can't hear anybody. Is this clear? Just message. All right. Fine. So we want to move towards the next one, Claire. We will move towards, all right, thank you. Thank you for the message. We want to move to the next type of pronouns. Next type of pronoun we have here, we call them, what type of pronoun? Reciprocal pronouns. Clear? What type of pronouns? Reciprocal pronouns. Another type of pronouns we have here, they are called reciprocal pronouns. Zuru, how do you finish this one? All right. So we want to move towards the next layer, and they are called what we call them reciprocal pronouns. That what are reciprocal pronouns? So reciprocal pronouns, if we want to know about reciprocal pronouns are those pronouns, they are used to express clear a mutual relationship. Let me explain it through examples, then you will, it will be much more clear to all of you. All right, let's come towards reciprocal pronouns. But before going to reciprocal pronouns, let me explain it, Claire. What I have written here, if you look into the definitions of it, Claire, how we define it, reciprocal pronouns are those pronouns, they are used to express a mutual action. What sort of action? Mutual action. Or simply, if I define it, I can write down another definition, the easy definition for you. Reciprocal pronouns are those pronouns, they are used, they are used, Claire, to show a nouns, Claire, or they are used to express a noun mutually. They are used to express a noun mutually. Clear? How? What I mean by this? Let me give you easy examples. Clear? From example, you will get it. Suppose there are two people. One is Ali. Ali, for example, Ali helps Ahmad. Clear? And number two, Ahmad helps Ali. How many people do you have? There are two people. Ali helps Ahmad and Ahmad helps Ali. There are two people. Clear? So what we want to know here, as I said, that it shows mutual relationship. Reciprocal pronouns shows what? Mutual relationship. Like Ali helps Ahmad and Ahmad helps Ali. So how can I use? I want to use reciprocal pronoun in this case. What I can say? They, for example, they help. Clear? Each other. Excellent. So now what is each other in this case? Each other in this case, it is called what? We call it reciprocal pronoun. It is called reciprocal pronoun. Why do we call it reciprocal pronoun? Because, clear, Ali helped Ahmad, like it shows clear mutual relationship. So reciprocal pronouns are those pronouns, they show what? They show mutual relationship. Like Ali does something to Ahmad and Ahmad does something to Ali. So we use that of reciprocal pronouns in that case. For example, here are examples that I have written for you. If you look at the examples, they give each other presents. They give each other. Can you see each other? Clear? They give each other. So Ali give, for example, each other over here means Ali give gift to Ahmad and Ahmad gives gift to Ali. So what we say, they give gifts to each other. For example, Laila loves Claire Ali and Ali loves Laila. So how can we say they love each other when it refers to a noun, Claire, mutually, like from both sides, they hate each other. We can say they hate each other. For example, we know one another. We know, these two are reciprocal pronouns, each other and one another. If I say we know one another, I know you, you know me. Clear? So how can we say we know one another? Yasser knows me, I know him. Clear? So we can say we know one another. So reciprocal pronouns, as I said, there are, how many reciprocal pronouns do you have? There are two reciprocal pronouns. One we call each other and another we call one another. There is something that you need to keep in your mind that related to reciprocal pronouns. Clear? In reciprocal pronouns, that some people, like they say there is no difference between each other and one another. Clear? According to some grammarians, let me explain you here. First of all, you can check out the examples that what I have given you. Clear? Ahmad and Laila love each other. Usman and Dawood hate each other. Clear? The 10 prisoners were all blaming one another. One another. It means that each other, if you look the above two examples over here, these two examples, clear? If you look these two examples, so thing is happening between two people. How many people? Two. One is Usman and another is Dawood. Ahmad and Laila. Clear? It is happening like it refers to a noun mutually. But how many nouns? Two. There are two people. But can you see here down the third example? Clear? How many people are there? 10 prisoners. How many prisoners? 10 prisoners. Like it's more than two. So what we will use in that case? We will use that of one another in that case. Like if something is happening, clear, if you want to show a noun, you want to like show the relationship, clear, between two nouns and there is more than two, then we will use one another. Like in the class, how many people we are? We are like suppose 10 people. How would we say? We will say we know one another. We will not say that, you know, we know each other. Why? Because that can be for two people. If there are two people, like for example, suppose Feda is here, clear, and Yasser is Feda's friend, and I and Yasser, clear, we both know one each other. And if he asks me, you know each other, he will not ask us, do you know one another? How he will ask him, clear? He will ask us that, do you know one another? He will not ask in this way. How he will ask? He will ask that, do you know each other? Because it's between two. Like in the party, people clear know one another. So because in a party there are a lot number of people. But if something is happening between two, we will use what? Each other. But if it is more than two, we will use that of one another. Is it clear? All right. Next noun we want to move here. That is called what? The last type. That is called eco-pronouns or distributive pronouns. Another type of pronoun we have here. That is called what? Eco-pronouns or distributive pronouns. This is another type of pronoun. The last type of pronoun that we want to study here in today's lecture, that is called what? Eco-pronouns or distributive pronouns. Now from the name, it's clear, distributive. A pronoun, it refers to a noun individually. Before we studied in reciprocal pronouns, the reciprocal pronouns refer to a noun mutually. But distributive pronouns, they refer to a noun what? They refer to a noun individually. Let me give you some of the examples, then it will be clear for you people. Let me take whiteboard. Let me give you some of the examples over here, clear? We want to study which pronoun? Distributive pronouns. You can also call it what? We can also call it that of eco-pronouns, clear? We can also call eco-pronouns. Mutual means, he asked question, mutual means bahimi. Dua pamanski mutually, kana dua kasano pamanski chikami bahimi wartaway. Two. Individually and feradisho, mutually like bahimi, clear, like two. So we want to talk about distributive pronouns. Distributive pronouns, what we call to distributive? Distributive pronouns refer to a noun, clear? It refers to a noun what? It refers to a noun individually. The hari noun bil muntakhay. Mutual pronouns ke munta hari noun payozeh khay, clear? But over here it refers to a noun individually. Let me give you an example, then it will be clear for all of you. Suppose I bought 2 books, or like for example 10 books. Let me give you more example. I bought 10 books. How many books? 10 books. I bought 10 books. Sumra books mein wagasta 10 books mein agasti di. Tik sho dear books chu kana mung sara. A lot number of books. Us zada wel wadama, I want to show each book individually. Zahariyo book individually tor par matlab sakoma present kawal wadama. Zadal ta usli kama each is expensive. Each is expensive. Udal ta gore no. Dalta ke ma sara da each sishi da par represent kigi. The book da par represent kigi. Sumra books ti ma sara. I have got 10 books. And I want to say each book is expensive, like book A, book B, book C, book D. Less book ami chagasti aga hariyo ma sashade. Each of them is expensive. Nu dalta da noun ta chikam distributive pronouns di da noun damung sarasati, it refers to a noun individually. Da individually yo noun ta refer kai di sike. Bia dalta u gore ma da dena baat kam yo verb lagawale de. Is mein lagawale singular word. We can say that after distributive pronouns, we use singular verbs. Kami verb istemali singular verb istemali umangadal lagi. Udal ta gore taso zanor example dar koma. Tik I want to give you more examples. I want to give you more examples. Good to know. For example, I have 2 brothers. I have how many brothers? 2 brothers, for example. I have got two brothers. For example, Ali and Ahmad. I have got how many brothers? Two brothers, Ali and Ahmad, suppose. Us dalta gore gula. Ali is a doctor. Clear? Ahmad is a doctor. Dwada doctor andi. Ahmadam doctor de, Alim doctor de. Nuzal tasema. I have two brothers. Clear? Either is a doctor. Either is a doctor. I have how many brothers? I have two brothers. Either is a doctor. Either madal tak use ko. No, either se shita represent kai. Har yo individually da noun represent kai. Either is a doctor. No, is mong sara ba singular word dalta legi, plural word banne legi. Tikshu will use singular word. Ahmadam doctor de, or for example, Alim doctor de. In case if I want to say Ahmad, Ali is not a doctor, is not a doctor. Ahmad is not a doctor. Dwara doctor anidi. Muzabasave madal take. I have two brothers. Neither is a doctor. Either pajaban basi istemal shidi ke. We will use what? Neither is a doctor. In place of either, I will use what? Neither is a doctor. I have two brothers. Neither is a doctor. Nudalta ke neither masa sesho. Neither is called distributive pronoun, reciprocal pronoun, eco pronoun ya distributive pronoun hota manga view. Sahi da? Ha, guluno. Udalta ugore pronoun na baat hamesha manga se istemal hota usta lag makh ke mada khabar okla that we always use verb after pronoun. Pronoun na baat manga se istemal pronoun na baat ba hamesha verb istemali सब istemali ki verb noun ke na raisi. Daba distributive pronoun alavi mung sara kala mung sara verb tine istemal shu baat ke. But if in case I want to use here another thing, and that is what distributive adjective. Ma distributive adjective tak use ko. Daba distributive adjective halavi che kala taso tadena baat se istemal ko noun istemal shi plus noun. Kachar ke taso dalta ke the distributive pronouns na baad verb istemal ko. Like for example, I have used what? Each. No, each ma se share in this case. Each pronoun there. Direct ma se istemal kare, verb mein istemal kare is. But if I want to write another example here, and what I want to say, I bought 10 books. Clear? Each book is expensive. Each book is expensive. In this case, can you see? Each we have used word. Clear? Each is expensive. No word is use. No damang sa pronoun de. Hamesha the pronoun na baad manga se istemal verb istemaligi. But the second example, I bought 10 books. Each book is expensive. The each na baad ma book istemal ko, noun mein istemal ko. Damang sara pronoun na de usse sheshu adjective, distributive adjective. So that was the adjective types ke inshallah manga biya biya. Take that. So this is like the last type of pronoun we have. We had today. Any questions? Yes, students, online student, do you have any questions? Is there any question or is it clear? Just message.